Hi everyone, I'm Imperatordavius,
Hi, I'm Doctor Flutters, and
and
welcome
welcome
to
to
Tactical
Tactical
Debate.
Debate. Alright, joining us live today for the first Tactical Debate is Cylon DMS. Welcome to the debate, Cylon.
Nice to meet you, Cylon. Welcome to the debate.
Yo!
Alright, now then. Now, just to give you all, everyone out there just some background story, Cylon here is a very competent, competitive TF2 player. Cylon, why don't you give us a little backstory into your competitive history? How long have you been playing?
Yeah, so I'll be super brief, but I've been playing since the game came out, since a little bit before. I played it at a convention, so I've been playing for a very long time, and I played TFC before, so not a stranger to Fortress Gaming, but yeah, I love it, and primarily Highlander has been where I've been. I'm not a big fan of sixes, but I have been playing a lot of matchmaking, so it's hard to tell these days.
Oh, that's really nice. And just to tell everyone, what's the level of experience? Like I know there's iron, steel, gold, or was it iron, steel, silver?
Yeah. So I've been playing since season one when it was not really any type of, layouts. But when we started getting into it, I was platinum up until season, I think 15 or 16,
Wow, platinum
maybe
second
14.
season.
And I had moved off from the game because the gunmetal update kind of broke my computer. But the newest update actually
Does the
fixed my
updates always?
computer, so I can play again.
Updates. Kill your game, break it, then randomly fixes it.
Yeah, I was surprised it took him that long. I mean, basically what happened was it was a huge frames drop, and I play spy, so anytime I got near somebody, I would drop down to like 3 or 5 frames, so it would be impossible to get like
Get
the
those
type of
crucial
stabs I
hits.
wanted. Yeah, but I would still roll in centers and destroy people every now and then. So it was kind of like, I was in and out of the game, but not competent enough where I feel comfortable playing in a league setting. So I kind of gave it up for a season or two, and I think next season I'll get back into it.
Ah, man.
But probably
Hope
maybe slump it in like a gold team or silver just to get back in. But platinum is where I spent the majority of my time.
get some experience, get those muscles working again. Hope to see you on TF2 TV perhaps, or maybe X Time.
Yeah.
All right, now let's actually get into the debate that we know everyone out there is waiting for us to hear. Now, just to start us off, to everyone out there, neither Cylon and I are going to actually take a side in this. We're not going to say, quick play or casual mode, which is what we're talking about today, is better or worse. We're just going to talk about, was Valve right in making casual mode the way it is now? Or perhaps should they have left the quick play option in? Alright, you understand what I mean, Silent?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the public experience and you've got the comp experience. Let's put it that way. So you would probably know, since that's what this update was probably tailor-made for competitive
Among
purposes.
other things.
Yeah, among other things. This update has been, long in coming, long waited, everyone was praying to their Gaben shrine in their closet. We all know we have one. That, we were all saying, please give us competitive mode. Make us valuable. Make us like CSGO and Dota 2. You have the money, Gaben. But when it came out, it did not exactly meet everyone's expectations, to put it mildly.
It's true.
And now that everyone's calmed down about it, had a chance to play, we now can see as the dust settles, we can perhaps see what could have been, what should have been, and what might have been. So, do you think perhaps from a competitive standpoint, do you think that maybe casual mode is for a more competitive feeling to it? Perhaps?
Right. I mean, it's got like that kind of leveling aspect to it, which could make people get competitive. but like ultimately it doesn't really matter for anything because when you lose a match, you don't lose anything.
Yeah, you
So
don't
I
lose
wouldn't
the
call it
game.
like super competitive because it's not really based on anything.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you get your rank up, but in all essence, that's only for I believe it's only for, hey, I'm a rank 7, you're a rank 2, I'm better than you.
Yeah, but in this case, it would just mean that you just play the game more than I do.
Yeah, and do you really think anyone pays attention to those ranks?
Definitely.
Uh, I don't think I paid much attention.
I
Perhaps.
think people like to see him and they're like, ooh, and then they don't pay attention in the sense where they're going to be like, oh, this person's better than me or this person's a loser because they play all the time. I think they're going to see that little like mark in the tab calendar there and be like, oh, I'm gonna want to either like fight this guy or I'm going to want to like be friends with him or something. I think people kind of see those things like, oh, this guy plays a lot, so maybe he's someone that I want to like look into.
Perhaps that is what Valve was aiming to do, but now, all right, perhaps that's what it should have been, but let's talk about for the casual players. You know, those people who don't want to go in, don't want to take the game too seriously. They just want to hop onto their favorite payload map, play a few rounds, mess around, and then after they've had their fun for the day, they've had their laughs. They said, "I spawn camped this guy 4 times, and he couldn't even see me coming after the first 3."
Yeah.
And then leave. Do you? That's pretty much been killed after this update. Like that sort of feeling where I could just jump in, screw around. Nobody's gonna really care much except maybe that one person who gets spawn camped. But then at the end of the game, he's just gonna say whatever. It was just payload. It was just the map, and then move on. We have our laughs, and then we go on with our day.
Originally, I would agree because they did have that like penalty for leaving a match, which was super annoying. But they got rid of it, so now it's like, yeah, you can go in and mess around. I think the bigger concern is it like kind of messes with the whole like community aspect of it.
Yeah, but there was also that the Valve servers. Everyone could go into a Valve server, and this is also something else that's been hot topic of debate, because at day 1 of the update, there was like someone who recorded like what casual mode looks like as of day 1, and the entire defending team on like on one side, like I don't know if you've ever seen that video, but it's like everybody on red team was a sniper, and they were all using Lamau box.
Yeah,
and they were all just spinning around at the last point, spinning around, getting headshots, and saying, "Hey, Lamau."
Yeah, I mean, there's reasons for that, though. Before this update went through, actually, and it was just the beta matchmaking, they had that whole thing where they, like, were able to catch a lot of these people and then find the exploits in it. And they did, like, 2 or 3 ban waves. But then in that kind of mess, the guy who made the Lamau box, which I forgot the name of him, he
perhaps it's best not to mention.
Posted it open source. So a lot of people just downloaded it through there because they got it for free. And then he ended up playing matchmaking in beta with like hackers every single game. So a lot of people just carried over, and really what we're all just waiting for is the next few ban waves is supposed to come.
Yeah, but that's also something else I want to talk about. Is that after that initial first day and things started to settle down, we began seeing a new wave of like these Lamau box people or so.
Yeah.
And it was not only were they people, but they were actually bots. Like straight up bots playing the game. And you know how they made it so that now that you can actually vote kick people off again?
Yeah.
Well, there would be like this 1 or 2 people who were actually legit players, and they would team up with these bots as in-game players.
Yeah.
So like there would be 6 people on the opposing team, and it would be like straight up there. It's obvious they're all hacking because they're all spamming these lines every half a second. They're spinning around as spies, running around. They're getting, these headshots on their ambassadors, and the opposing team can't do anything about it. And even the team that has them can't do anything about them because it requires a majority of people to vote kick them out.
Right.
And neither team can do anything about them.
I mean,
that never even happened in whatchamacallit. That never happened in Quickplay.
Yeah, I mean, because Quickplay was a lot more kind of like, miscellaneous. Like it was just like completely random. So I think like what's been taken away is the complete randomness of it all. Because people only really want to cheat when there's some sort of like either a huge opportunity to piss people off, that's one section of it, or there's an opportunity to gain something from this, which would be, I guess, leveling up. But, no one really loses anything in the situation now that you can abandon, because if there's a hacker in there, then, fuck it, let's get out of here. And then, you can continue your level elsewhere. It's more damaging in the competitive matchmaking where some of the top players are hackers or, queue with hackers, and you do lose a lot of your ranking through that.
Oh my goodness, I wish you hadn't mentioned that part because there were a lot of high experienced and high ranked players that I looked up to, and oh my goodness. But in any case, moving on with the debate. Now
Yeah.
Sad story is. All right. Up my goodness, looks like we are starting to run short of time, so let's keep this rolling.
Yeah.
Let's move on with the next thing. So, quick play and casual. From the would you say that perhaps casual makes the public experience just a little more competitive now? Because prior to the Meet Your Match update, you had these wildlife species of TF2 players. Like, let's put it that way. You had your sandwich hoovies, your friendlies, people who run around with heavies with the holiday punch clubs, throwing sandwiches to everyone, and pretty much being that. And sometimes people left them alone, sometimes people killed them. No one really would bat an eye. Then you have your tryhards, your people who go in, they get like 15 kill streaks and god killing sprees. They have their lime green outfits and unusuals galore. Looks like they're burnt, like their character is on fire, literally. And then you got your random person who just installed the game not 2 minutes ago. I think Germa explained it best in his one video. He said, you got two pyros, they don't have any hats, they're running around spraying shit, but they're probably going to the wrong point. Perhaps it's a point their team's already capped, but they're having a blast, they're having fun.
Yeah.
Then you got your tryhards, then you got that, and then you got that random guy who's been sitting in the corner with the cloak and dagger, waiting like 4 minutes for someone to stand still. Then he decloaks and backstabs someone at long last. And would you say that that has pretty much killed that has pretty much been killed from the casual experience and such?
If they never changed the penalty thing, I would have said yes. So originally I would have been like, yeah, sure, that killed it, because anytime you put a penalty in something for somebody leaving, yes, you're not going to lose your ranking for losing a game, but now it's something that I'm trapped in, and if I'm going to be trapped in something, I want to fucking win. Like I don't want to lose in this game. I don't want to lose because somebody's being stupid or weird or whatever. So if I'm trapped there, then this is crazy. But now that I'm not trapped anymore and I can leave wherever I want, then I'll just leave. So I'll play a different game from there. It's as simple as that. The same thing any other regular server you would go into quick play. There's a bunch of weirdos or people playing the game not the way that you want them to play it. I mean, you got two choices: either you rage at them or you leave, and it's better to just leave. Or so I guess your third choice, you can talk with them. But most people that are doing those things don't really care what you think is fun. So, people have to experience the game the way they want to, and that's why I like that they put back the option to join community servers, because that's where you get a lot of that kind of gameplay types.
Yeah, the community. Yeah, that is also something else that has that has finally risen up from the depths of the graves. I mean, the quick play Valve servers were where I would say 90% of people went to, myself included. I always joined a Valve server. I would just go in, have fun, play 50 rounds of Bad Water because it's my favorite map.
Well, you got to think about like the natural progression of these things. Okay, so the game when it started, you had servers and you just connected the servers. There was no quick play. You would just have to let something populate, search it, and then join it.
Let me just interrupt you for a second. That is something else that people seem to also forget. That, I mean, in the wake of after quick play was removed and we got casual and competitive mode, that is something else that people have forgotten.
Yeah.
That now that we never had quick play back then. I don't look at me. I joined when Mitra Medic came out and the game went free to play, and the first thing I saw was a quick play button. So yeah.
Yeah. So like I was talking about, it's a natural progression. So you have like the original mode. You just populate servers on your screen, a browser, and then you pick one that you want to join, and that's that. So you join based on the name or the map or the players, whatever. So that was how we started. Then we got an update, like you said, where we got the quick play option. So that's cool because now you can just drop in and change. That provided a shift in the gameplay at that time too. Now you got to look at TF2 from an experimental outlook and from a money-making outlook. So, Valve puts in not too much effort, but they do get a lot out of it, and they do try and kind of emulate
the keys, the sales of the keys,
and they try and emulate the trends. So think about what's popular now. What is the most popular first-person shooter right now? Take a wild guess.
Counter-Strike.
No, I mean,
it's Overwatch. Yes,
it's Overwatch. So, Overwatch has this kind of competitive casual feel to it because you build up your character's levels. You can lose those character levels, but you build it up.
Oh yeah.
So
I know
it's not 100% competitive, but you have that. So I think a lot of this is a little bit inspired from that, and it's just trying to cater to what they assume that the audience wants now. Now the issue with having a game that's this old is every single time you put something in to change, there's that older player base that's going to be like, what happened? So when Quick Play got into the game, I was like, I don't need this crap. I don't want to join a server with a bunch of random people.
Idiots.
Yeah. But then that became things that people liked, and now when it was taken away, it was like, well, where's my random idiot time? Why can't I just randomly join a server?
I miss my random idiots. I mean,
and I think people like joining
from a random idiot's perspective. I speak from. I mean, we've only got. I don't want to keep this a part of the debate. The 3 minutes, but I miss joining that Valve payload server and then not knowing what's going to happen. But 15 minutes in, I'm really going at it with this one guy on the other team. He's got an Australian rocket launcher. He's got an unusual effect. We're going at it, back and forth. He's helping his team push forward. I'm pulling my team back from the feed. We're just going at it, and then an hour later, we had 5 duels straight in a row, and I ended up losing it 3-2.
Well, I mean, you could still get those moments. It's just like I said, if they kept the penalty in there, then it would have been like Bad News Bears, and I think that's why they had so many complaints. And they actually, I mean, I never seen the TF2 team post a blog post saying like, "Hey, we listened to you." Like, I've never seen that. And that was really strange to see that like randomly. Oh wow, you are listening. I mean, I knew they've listened because I played the game a long time.
Perhaps if they posted more of that instead.
But they're like a ghost team. They have like 2 like actual members, and everyone else is just rotational from other teams in Valve, as far as I can tell.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to say that this concludes the first part of our debate.
Sure.
We still seem to have a lot more to talk about for this quick play versus casual mode, but for now, I'm Imperatordavius. You've heard me and Doctor Fluttershy. And this has been Cylon DMS, and we will see you next time on Tactical Debate. Join us next time. All right, peace out.